Hi, Carrie Sparks with Empire Title, your Arizona title gal, here today with Brian Reed from Neighborhood Loans in Chandler. And we're going to talk about Pinal County and the things that are happening down there. Brian and I do a lot of business down in the Pinal County area, and it's been exciting to be a part of that growth, the high growth. It's really on the radar right now as one of the top counties in the entire country for growth in real estate and in just so many great industries. There's a lot of stuff going on that we've been involved in, and I'd like to hear from your perspective what you think about Pinal County.
Again, Brian Reeve, Branch Manager, Neighborhood Loans. Great question. So rural right now is kind of hot. Pinal County being specifically. So as you know, I do some development. We look at migration. We look at the areas that are growing, the areas that are seeing the highest amount. And so the best tactic, and through many of these builders, through land banking, developing, and all this, you're starting to see a large push to other areas in rural areas. And Pinal County is one of them. Pinal County right now is their permits are astronomical compared to what they've been in the past. You're seeing a lot of builders starting to go down there. And the reason is because when you look at migration, you look at a lot of states that are feeding into the state of Arizona, from California, from Oregon, from Washington, from Illinois, these areas, a lot of these people, are moving from California, just for example, that they're looking at the commuting distance between Pinal County and Maricopa. And, just to get downtown Chandler, just from, northern part of Casa Grande or just Eloy, Toltec, Arizona City, these areas are kind of up and coming right now, it's a 45-minute drive and you're in downtown Chandler. A lot of these customers that are moving from California, they're spending 45 minutes on the 405 or the 5 just to go 10 to 15 miles. And so you're seeing a lot of people starting to come here, and they're having demand. So there's a huge growth in Pinal County right now. You have a lot of people trying to cut into that space. A lot of builders that are going out there trying to develop land in Pinal County. And right now, just because of the market, we've seen a slight soften over the last 4 or 5 months. A lot of this is because of the Fed rate. But you'll also notice that with the BLS numbers that came out on Friday, we're going to see most likely a cut in September. And so what this is going to do is it's going to drive up more demand. This is going to drive up more people going out there, more people getting in front of this, and you're going to see a lot of people start moving to Pinal County. So it's going to help with return on investment. We're also starting to see growth up in other rural areas, like Prescott is one of the areas. You're seeing a lot of builders trying to go up there and starting to develop. And these are vacation homes. Like, these are areas that people are going to, be flying to. I mean, it's a direct flight from Newport. And so you have a lot of people that are starting to go to these areas and start to develop these areas and move out. So I see a tremendous growth in a lot of rural areas over the next 2 years, and a lot of people are trying to get in front of this right now.
I love to hear that. I've been down to visit some of the realtors that we work with down in Pinal County and just kind of ask them, who are you seeing walk through as potential buyers into those homes? And I'd ask, it's very central to the prison system out in Florence, to the college and things like that. But one of the things that was said outside of some of the retirement that's really close to Eloy as well is the fact that there's a lot of people that are still working remote. And so that ability to work remote and go into homes that are significantly less in price than going and touching the south part of Chandler or the north part of Marana. There's a lot of really great benefits for those people that want more of a rural feel, remote working, and just a variety of getting close to the Tucson area as well as Phoenix. It sounds like it's kind of a great package for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, when I'm looking at a lot of the customers that we're dealing with on new builds, also people that are getting pre-qualified out in these areas, a large percentage of them are coming from out of state. And so or people that are here locally that are in Maricopa County that are realizing, there was a huge growth in 07 and 08 during the housing boom that Maricopa was developed. You had a lot of people that moved to Maricopa. The contender that you have in Maricopa between Pinal County, let's be more specific, cities, so like Eloy, Toltec, Arizona City, and Casa Grande, they have multiple ways to get into the valley outside of Maricopa. Maricopa pretty much has a one road in, one road out, unless it's rigs. There's an accident on that road, it will really delay your travel time getting into Maricopa. So a lot of people are even starting to move from Maricopa to these areas of Casa Grande because they're finding that there's different ways that they can get into the valley coming up, the Gilbert, Arizona Avenue, different areas like these back ways that they can get in. So it's really making sense for a lot of people. And then you also have that freeway that's going to start going in out at the end of the 60. I can't remember the name of it, but that'll be developed over time, and that's going to be another access point for Pinal County.
The 11 coming down and going through, Las Vegas, hopefully at some point going
Yep.
down to the border, is something that you and I talk about quite a bit because of our exposure in Pinal Partnership, which we're
Yep.
both very active members in, and really making sure that we're on the forefront of what's going on in Pinal County and being able to really, if somebody wants to come and talk to us, but we can be a little bit more on the expert side of what's happening in that area, what's going on with growth, what's going on with new businesses and things like that. What are the plans going on there? And so I'm really glad that we could talk today about Pinal County and see if somebody has some interest in talking to you about some of the projects that you're involved in down in Pinal County on the lending as well as on the development side, and see what we can do to create some additional homeowners down in Pinal County.
Sounds great. Thank you, Carrie. Brian
Thanks.
Reeve, branch manager of Neighborhood Loans, 602-741-4801.
Thank you. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Carrie.